The horse is a mirror. They reflect back the inner emotions and the inner state of the person that's working with them. This is an idea that's become increasingly popular and talked about more and more, but it's an idea that I would like to challenge. I'm Callie, you're watching the weekly show here at CRK Training, and today I'd like to propose a different idea to thinking about the horse as a mirror. The problem that I see with thinking of the horse as a mirror is that it actually takes away something from the fact that the horse has his own individual and unique personality. The horse has his own history of experiences, both of which create patterns of behavior and triggers that are going to create different responses in the horse. I also think it's important to be aware that while as people working with horses, we need to understand that what we do and how we feel and how we are internally affects the horse. We're not solely responsible for the horse's emotion and for what the horse does. Horses are certainly affected by our internal state. And oftentimes the patterns that we have working with horses, the way that we tend to interact with horses, will start to create the same types of responses in different horses. For example, if you find that you work with several different horses and they all seem to be a little bit pushy with you, or you always feel like they're kind of in your space, or they're kind of running over top of you as you're trying to handle them, it's really good feedback of something that you might be doing to create that pattern, but it still doesn't mean that the horse is a mirror. Let's take an example. Let's say you come out to the barn to work with the horse, whether it's your horse or whether you work with school horses. And you go into your horse's stall, you start to work with your horse, and your horse gets anxious. You start noticing that he's moving around more, he's got his head up, maybe he starts calling for other friends. There's two possibilities. It could be possible that maybe if you came in with a lot of stress and in a negative emotional state, your horse picked up on that. There really is something to the fact of what's sometimes called entrainment, that our internal rhythms, our breathing, our heart rate, it creates a kind of an energy that the horses pick up on. And they're very good at telling even if our exterior is different than our internal. They're going to feel our internal state. So it could be that the horse is reacting to the state that you came in with. But it could also be that maybe the horse is hearing a sound outside. Maybe the horse sees his friends getting excited outside because there's something going on, and he's reacting to that. So whenever we're working with our horses, whenever we're thinking about behavior, I feel that it's so important to always be looking at the big picture. To not think of the horse as just a mirror of our emotion, because that takes away from their individuality. But instead, to consider what's going on with the horse. Is it something that's coming from us that's affecting them in a positive or a negative way? Or is it something that's going on in their environment? Is it a pattern? It's something for them internally? And of course, how can we help them with that? And a big part of that is always making sure that we're in the best possible state that we can be, that we feel calm, that we feel regulated, we think about our breathing, and we're just in that state of presence and awareness as much as possible when we're with our horses. Always easier said than done, but I would encourage you to think about this instead of viewing the horse as just a mirror of whatever you're feeling. Now I'd like to ask you to think of an example for yourself. Think of a recent time that you were working with a horse and their emotional state started to change. Think back on that and ask yourself, did you feel something change within yourself? Could it have been something you did that maybe played into that for the horse? Or was it something that was just entirely separate? Something that happened that got him a little spooked or got him a little anxious? Think about this situation, tell us about it in the comments, and I really look forward to hearing your comments and your stories. I think we can all learn a lot from reading about each other's experiences. If you're watching this anywhere besides crktrainingblog.com, make sure you go there to leave your comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe so that you never miss any of these videos.